Oh, good morning, Unity on the River, on this snuggly, wonderful, beautiful snow day. I hope you're all snuggled in, just drinking your coffee and enjoying this relaxing morning. So let's join together and just taking a breath, and we will start with 3 ohms to join virtually together and just feeling that. Om. Om. And one more. Om. And now we'll sing, Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
And this day we honor the direction of the north. North is deep understanding. North is where endurance, purity, and truth stand. North covers the Mother Earth with a white blanket of cleansing snow. It is the direction of long contemplation, looking at what's been accomplished and how. In North, we enjoy the long winter's wait, getting ready for the call of spring. Receptive, we assess our relationship to all things, standing for the straight road. Thanks for time to do small things. We become patient, open to new callings. From quiet understanding comes ability to hear. We receive insight. Endurance becomes the beginning of decisiveness. New action follows quiet blessings of the north. And so it is.
And so it is. And I want to hear all those harmonies out there, all my beautiful choir and everyone that wants to sing along. Open up to the Spirit. Let's do it together. Open up to the Spirit. Open up to the One. Open up to the Spirit. Let thy will be done. All of the promises I pray are pouring in on me every day. Open up to the Spirit. Open up. Yeah. So it is.
Hello, I'm Brad Fanger. Welcome to Unity on the River. We are an inclusive spiritual community where we honor all paths to God. Obviously, we're doing streaming today because of the snowstorm. Thank you for joining us either on our live stream or watching us at your convenience on YouTube and Facebook. We would like to welcome anybody who is celebrating with us for the first time. Your presence blesses and enriches us all. Unity on the River is a center of celebration, transformation, inspiration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. Please hold these truths in your heart as we say our mission and vision statements. So our mission statement: we are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its divinity. And our vision: centered in love, we joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. Now, our vision for a new spiritual leader. The spiritual leader of Unity on the River is a heart-centered, inspired teacher and mentor who lovingly embodies the highest and most joyful vision for unity on the river and the world. We know that this vision is already established in Divine Mind. We pray that we as a congregation can embody the vision we have set forth. We must be the vision we want to be. We want to see, excuse me. For our announcements, Carol Stringham will be presenting the workshop, Good Communication Skills Are an Important Part of Your Spiritual Growth, after the service on January 28th. More details can be found on the website. And please join us next week when Martine Bernard will be our speaker, and we will have our White Stone ceremony. Thank you.
So we were going to have, if we were live, have Peter Stringham and Mark Schneider play When You Wish Upon a Star. And of course, we couldn't because they can't be together and doing it at the same time with a storm. So I decided we'd do Rainbow Connection, which is sort of about wishing upon a star. And I hope you'll sing along and remember Kermit as I sing this. Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions and also illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? One day we'll find rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, all of us under its spell. We know it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? Well, I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? That voice might be one and the same. Oh, I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, that rainbow connection, for lovers and dreamers and me. La, 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 la.
Thank you, Meg. That was beautiful. So the title of our talk is a line out of the song When You Wish Upon a Star, and it's called, the title of the talk that we're doing today is Anything Your Heart Desires Will Come to You. Wouldn't it be grand if that were really true? If you could really have anything and there was a magic formula to achieve it? Wealth, deep peace of mind, fulfilling relationships, magnificent health, a vibrant spiritual community with its own facility and a spiritual leader that lifts us up every week, a spiritual community that loves you unconditionally and supports you in your life journey, no matter what, ensuring your success beyond your wildest dreams. Well, you have all of that right now, or at least you have every tool you need right now to have anything your heart desires come to you. In a few minutes' time, you will know in your soul that this is really, really true. You will see proof that you have everything you need right now to manifest your heart's desire. And during our meditation that will follow, we will affirm and integrate this message that so for the year to come, you will have an ever-present reminder of the truth of who you really are, a loving, perfect child of God. And you may want to get out a paper and pen for the meditation, by the way, because I'll invite you to do some writing if you would like. So, this weekend marks the Epiphany, the end of the journey where the three wise ones completed their journey of following the star to Bethlehem, where they find the baby Jesus in the manger where he was born 12 days before. They lavish the baby with riches and gold and incense, frankincense, and myrrh. In unity, biblical stories, people and events, objects and animals, and spiritual beings are metaphysically interpreted. In other words, everything is symbolic of lessons we're here to learn. So it's easy to see the star leading the wise ones to the Christ. Not necessarily the baby, but to their divine Christ essence. The star can be thought of as our inner guidance, our guiding light, so to speak. Stars have been associated with spirituality in various cultures and belief systems throughout history. In many spiritual traditions, stars are seen as symbols of guidance and connection to the divine. So when we follow our star, our guidance, whether from within or from our angelic partners, we find epiphany. The dictionary defines epiphany as a moment of clarity that is triggered by encountering a person, object, idea, or situation. It comes from a Greek word which means to manifest or to show. So at this time, on the 12th day, we remember that when we follow our star, our guidance, we will manifest our desires. Epiphany is also well timed at the beginning of our calendar year. New Year's is a time for making resolutions, setting goals, making new starts. So is there a way to utilize unity principles so we can manifest anything that our heart desires at this wonderful time of the year? Well, absolutely. Your spiritual practice, when consistently applied, will direct you to your own personal Christ child. Need proof? Well, I recommend you check out this article in the November 2023 issue of Unity magazine. The article, you can see it's right there, is called the Quantum Power of Faith by Dr. Melanie Dean. The point of the article is that intention and intuitive guidance are real, and that each of us can use them to achieve all that we can envision for ourselves. So here we go into the science of faith and intention and manifesting your heart's desire. Our emotions, all of them, are energy-based. Melanie writes, the energy of calm, clear focus and intuitive guidance are examples of real energy that can be scientifically measured. As an energy healer who's been teaching people how to set goals for over 30 years, I was very interested in this article. I knew that emotions are energy-based and magnetic in nature, and that energies like emotions can be balanced, harmonized, and cleared away through our intentions. This is what I do all week long. Whether we are having trouble sleeping or feeling anxious or having knee pain or suffering from the after effects of COVID, by utilizing prayer, high intentions, and a magnet, I've had success working with all those issues and many more. But back to the science of all of this. Emotions are waves of magnetic energy that are triggered by molecules of the body. For example, emotional molecules like oxytocin trigger the feeling of love, and adrenaline triggers the feeling of danger. Oxytocin communicates safety and healthy functioning in the cells of your body, where adrenaline signals alarm, sending signals to the systems of the body to pump more blood to your muscles so you can fight or flee, run away. These molecules are just made of standard elements of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, and they spin in the body, producing waves of energy. These waves spin at a rate of 300 quadrillion waves per second of quantum energy. 1 quadrillion equals 1,000 trillion. In other words, a 1 followed by 15 zeros. There's what 1 quadrillion is. So your energy is 300 of those every second. This incredible wave action is taking place within you at every moment, including right now. Each molecule in your body has a unique wave pattern consistent with the elements that make up that molecule. They also have unique frequencies and spin angles. The wave patterns of different emotions can be measured. For example, wave patterns of care, hopefulness, gratitude, and love have similar smooth, calm, evenly spaced wave patterns that feel like gentle, undulating waves when viewed on instruments. Emotions such as frustration, anger, resentment, and worry have sharp, jagged, chaotically shaped wave patterns that feel negative when you see them. And actually, the molecules that make up those kind of emotions in molecular weight are much heavier than the calm ones. So it's like a heaviness in your body, although it's something you can't measure on your bathroom scale in weight. It creates a heaviness energetically in your body when you're feeling those negative emotions. So smooth, evenly spaced wave patterns like those in positive, peaceful emotions sync easily each other. And they look for similarly shaped waves, and when they do, they become more powerful. So you can see how they kind of line up where they go up and down among them. And then eventually they will sink into more powerful waves. So they're up to 10 times more powerful than the individual waves were before. And you can see they're taller too. So that's the strength or the strength of those waves. But it's hard for chaotically shaped wave patterns to sync together because they're not evenly spaced. See, they have a hard time syncing up with each other because some are high and some are low, and they're spaced differently as you go along. So negative emotions are less powerful than positive emotions. And all of this has been scientifically proven and documented, according to Dr. Dean. So, and Dr. Dean continues, scientists show that people with calm, purposeful, hopeful, and caring emotions produce smooth, even heart and brain waves and are 3 times more powerful and have 10 times higher frequency than someone feeling sharp, jagged fear and anxiety. Emotions of hope, love, and compassion are 3 times more powerful than those of fear. So what does this all have to do with manifesting our heart's desire? Of course, we cannot feel the 300 quadrillion waves per second coursing through our bodies, but that quantum energy is communicating both inside and outside of our bodies. Physicists say that quantum energy is actively seeking other energies that are similar in shape, frequency, and spin. Like this article I showed, this picture I showed before. They tend to attract each other and sync together. And this is what sparks of intuition, that inner knowing that we have what happens when we do that is we're finding a match between our own wave pattern and other wave patterns outside of us. When we find that match, it may come as a boost of inspiration, a sudden new idea, an intuitive knowing of the right thing to do or the decision to make. In 1982, I was a civil engineer living in Washington, D.C. I had a good job. I had security. Things seemed to be going in the right direction. And I had this intuitive knowing that it wasn't the right thing for me. And thank God I listened to that intuition. And I quit my job. I was at 26 years old, the head of the office, an engineering office there already. I was considered a young rising star of the company. And I let it all go. And I got in my car and I just drove around the country. Spent 3 months going to churches, seeing relatives, meeting people, not really knowing what I was supposed to be doing next. And then I was out in California and I got this intuitive knowing that I needed to study the Course in Miracles. And I raced over to San Francisco and found a little bookstore on the 3rd floor of a rickety old building in Haight-Ashbury and bought the 3 books as they were then. And then I had an intuitive knowing that I could go home, that it was time to return east. And with no job, no prospects, no idea what I was going to do, I drove back east cross country in 4 days and began building with the tool of that spiritual background of Course in Miracles, the life that I've manifested over the decades since then. I had a similar intuitive knowing when I met my wife. It's incredible. The wave patterns were so similar for us our whole lives. We were born in the same hospital, Albany, New York. We both went to college just a few miles from each other in Pennsylvania. In fact, we both attended the same football game at one point. We were probably just yards apart from each other at one point, but didn't meet. We both moved to Boston within a month of each other. When I came up to open a restaurant, and she moved to Boston to become an occupational therapist. And I had friends who were inviting me to a firewalk, and they kept inviting me over in Lincoln, Mass. There was a couple that was doing firewalks. And one of their friends, who was a friend of mine, kept inviting me to it. And I said, no, I don't want to go. No, I'm busy. I have this going on. I have that going on. And then one time they called and something within me said, okay, I don't have anything going on. Maybe I just don't want this person to call me anymore, but she's so nice. And I really do want a fire walk someday. So might as well be now. And I said, yes. Same thing was happening with Carol. She had friends of hers that were inviting her to the same fire walk on the same date. And we both showed up. And that's where we met, at that fire walk. And I walked on coals that night. She didn't. She came back, though, and did it later. And then a few years later, we both did it together, holding hands and stepping out barefooted on 2,000-degree hot coals. That was a hot date. Okay. So when you listen to your intuition and that inner guidance, wonderful things can happen. And you can access and use your intuitive guidance when making an everyday decision or making a big decision about your life. So let's talk about how you can use your intuitive guidance in creating a wonderful year to come for you. So I usually do goal setting. Obviously, I've been teaching it for a long time. So this year I'm doing it a little differently. I decided to create 3 goals, one for mind, one for body, and one for spirit. And I'm going to invite you to do the same. So my mind goal is to do reading of 30 minutes a day of something that will inspire me spiritually or motivationally, will teach me something. And I have wonderful books that I'm going to read this year. And I pulled out a pile of them and I got them right here. What books I'm going to be reading. And you can email me and I can send you the list and maybe we can read them together. For body, I'm done pretty well working out and exercising and everything, but my body mass index, which is a key determinant of longevity, is too high for me. So I'm not going to do weight loss. I'm not going to do any special diets or anything. I'm just setting the intention that I'm going to lower my body mass index this year. On January 1st, it was 31.5. This morning, it was 31.2. So I'm down 0.3 of a point. I'd like to get it down to about 25. And there are different things that I'm doing and I'm researching and having fun doing it. But that's what my guidance is telling me, to focus not on weight or diet or anything, on body mass index. For spirit, I have a spirit goal that there's a part of me that gets angry easily, a part of me that still has trouble connecting with people. And it goes back with the energy work I've been doing with all the clients. It's helped me a lot to learn about myself. So I've uncovered a dark place from my early childhood. So this year, my spirit goal is to uncover that and be more connected with people and more happy and more fulfilled in my life by having greater connection. And how I'm going to do that is being part of community, which I invite you to do. There's so many wonderful communities. And when you join in community, you're connecting with people with similar wonderful wave patterns that you have. And then when you connect with them in those wave patterns, the wave patterns become stronger and the amplitude goes up and the frequency goes up and you get more power. And that's when the intuitive guidance will come. So our church is a great community, a great way to do that, being a part of a spiritual community like this. But within this church, we have a sub-community called TUBA, the Unity Business Alliance. We get together on Zoom every Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock. And this week marks our 7th anniversary of meeting every single week through the pandemic and beyond, to support each other, to share with each other what's going on in our lives. And one person in the group gets to spend more time about what they're learning. It's set up originally for business, but anybody can come, and you can certainly come and join us. And in the Conscious Connection newsletter that we send out, there's information on joining TUBA as a way to get together with people with that similar wave pattern so you can amplify yours and bring it up and connect yourself to that inner guidance. I also, among my clients, I invite them to a special Zoom call that I do every Saturday morning. And any client can come of mine, and we do some more advanced work. But and I think they're coming to realize, we've been doing it for 3 years, that there's a connection in that and a community in that. And it's helping them with their healing. And we're actually starting to pray for each other in those meetings and seeing wonderful things happen there. And then another community that we're part of is called Pivot to Prosperity, that my wife Carol leads. And I'm gladly honored to be part of that. And we meet twice a month, every Thursday night. And again, we're supporting each other as we go through the seasons and cycles of our lives. And you join for a year, you make a commitment for a year, and you meet twice a month, and you get a partner that you talk to on the phone every weekday morning, and support each other that way with a structured call, which is about support and raising a vibration and gratitude. And being part of those communities is a big reason why my business is now flourishing, my healing business. I just did it to heal. I didn't know if anybody was going to come and do it or not, but I made that commitment back in May of 2019 when I left staff at Unity on the River, and just left it up to God to direct me if this is the right thing, using my intuitive guidance to leave staff and go on full time as a healer. And the year I just had was spectacular. I had 50% more sessions given than I did the year before that. So, monumental growth in the business. And I know it's from doing little decisions every week, big decisions in what I'm doing, and connecting with a community, raising my vibration, taking those quadrillion waves of energy and directing them toward positive, wonderful, good. So let's take some time for meditation right now. And if you'd like, get out a paper and pen, and Meg's going to sing for us a little bit. And then I will just guide you into connecting with your own inner guidance, and see if you can come up with something that maybe you'd like to do in the coming year for your mind, for your body, and for your spirit. So Meg, lead us in meditation to get started.
And we sing, there is only love. At this moment, at this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my heart and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Let's connect to that energy of love, that vibration of love that's within us, and imagine that all of us connected through this Zoom are all connected. and that the waves of positive energy bring us the guidance we need to amplify our own waves and tap into that intuitive guidance and know what it is it's ours to do for the year to come. So let's tap into that intuitive guidance and see what can we do in the year to come to nourish our minds. Something we can read or study, or somebody we can work with, a mentor, a practice, a class, a degree. Imagine, amplify, intuit. Now let's go to the area of body. What can I do to nourish my body, to love my body, to bring about the wave energy of intuitive guidance of the Holy Spirit that will let us know where I can work this year? What would be the highest and best for me to nourish, become more healthy with my body, a practice I can do, a bad habit I can eliminate, a good habit I can add, a practice, a study. What will I do this year for my body? And my spirit, my soul that yearns for love and is connected with love and is amplified by the love of others, by the love of community, by the love of connection. Let's ask our higher selves, ask our angels and guides who are here with us today and are loving that we are doing this exercise. What can I do this year? What will I do? What will I love to do to amplify my spirit, to heal any wounds, to overcome any grief, to spread what I learn to others, that they may feel the love spirit that I am experiencing myself. What will I do this year in the realm of spirit? And now we'll just take one more minute in the silence to let any messages, any intuitive guidance to come up that will help us in the year to come, or just any message at all. Moment of silence. And so it is, and so it shall be.
At this moment, at this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I remember who I am. There is only love. There is only love. It's love that heals and love that sets us free. There is only love. So in that energy of love and open-heartedness, it's time for our prosperity celebrations to give to what feeds us. And Unity on the River has several ways to give. If you go to the website, you can give by Venmo and PayPal, I believe, and you can send into Unity. So let's hold our tithes and offerings. If you give regularly and it's automatically withdrawn, just sharing that vibration of love into your gifts, however you're going to give them, however we give them, and say the prayer that blesses these offerings. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you. And at this time, I also want to thank Peter for that beautiful message. I got so much out of it. Right, John?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we did. So much to take home. Really, thank you. And everyone that has put this service together, it's, on short notice to change everything around. So we bless Brian on sound and Brad, thank you, and Mark Rosen, and of course, Dan, and all of our board of directors. We're grateful. So thank you. And now we say our prayer for the children in our lives. Let's just bring to mind the young spirits that some of us have charge over, some of us are grandparents, uncles and aunts, or teachers. However you bless the children in your lives, just we send them a prayer for that they enjoy this snowstorm, that they can play, that their hearts are free, and that today and always for them, they know that they are loved and supported and can grow to be beautiful individuals who can share their love with others. And so it is. So we're going to cut over to Brian, who's going to share a nice song for us, The River.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say this gave me a little bit of a unpleasant flashback, shall we say, to be on Zoom again today. But and not the least of which is, it seems no matter where I used to set up during the pandemic, I always had a halo above my head from a window that I can't block out. So I apologize for that. But it's good to see everyone, and it's glad to know that we have a system that works when we need it like this, right?
Right.
All right. Here we go. I think you all know this one. You could sing along with it home. I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make you whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water brings the dead to life. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Hey, hey, let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. We're going down, down, down to the river. You will leave changed. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. I know a place where we can go. Somebody had to turn the page over. That's a Zoom thing right there, too. I seen him move in my own life. Took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that made me born again. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water brings the dead to life. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Hey, hey, let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, rise up in amazing grace. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Hey, hey, let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, rise up in amazing grace. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Hey, hey, let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. One more. Down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Hey, hey, let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. We're going down, down, down to the river, never the same. Going down, down, down to the river, you will leave changed.
Yay! Awesome. Oh, bless you all. Have a wonderful day. And we're going to sing and join hearts and hands virtually as we sing our peace song. Let there be peace on earth. And let
Wait,
it
Meg,
begin.
before we start,
Yeah.
I just want to add that Amy Jocelyn has posted a link up on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me go. Here we go. Amy Jocelyn posted a link if anyone wants to do fellowship afterwards. She
Oh,
does Zoom
nice.
Fellowship. So look for that. If you're on Facebook, look over. I believe she's on YouTube, or vice versa. Just look for the link.
Oh, that's very cool. Do we get fed?
Yeah. Do you have donuts, Amy?
We started a spiritual practice. We're cutting out sugar, right, John?
Yes.
Yes. Natural sugars. All right.
You on?
Yes.
Okay.
Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family of
So as we honor this time, this wonderful winter time, and the cleansing, wonderful, clean white snow, we be together in love, knowing that our waves of energy are amplifying, elevating our nature, our results, and the lives of those we love. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us.
We
We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed.
Blessed. Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you at church next Sunday
Or at fellowship.
or at fellowship.
Hey, Mac.
Bye.
The White Stone. Yay. There we go.
Yay.
Happy Sunday, everyone.